So let's talk about Pure Country with the king of country music himself, George Strait, which recently celebrated its 30th anniversary not so long ago this year. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, y'all. Hi, partners and fellow YouTubers out there. Welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Noel, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1992 drama flick Pure Country, released by Warner Brothers, directed by Christopher Kane, starring King George himself. And no, I'm not talking about, I'm talking George Strait in his acting debut, along with Leslie Ann Warren, Isabel Glasser, and Kyle Chandler. Now, this film was released in October 1992. That's why I didn't do a review for it last month, because I didn't want this to be in the way of Spooktacular October. So I thought I'd put it on hold until I got some room to make up for that. Anyway, it recently celebrated its 30th anniversary not so long ago, because it came out on October 23rd, 1992. Anyway, this film may not have done too well at the box office, but still, it was still pretty good, and with its popular soundtrack as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with our little story. An audience shouts Dusty, and the band begins to play amid smoke and lights, and Wyatt Dusty Chandler enters the stage to play his hit, starting with the ever-popular Heartland. Dusty feels that his elaborate stage show is overwhelming his music, and a suspicion confirmed one night when he purposely omits several bars of a chart-topping hit known as Where the Sidewalk Ends. When his fans don't even notice, Dusty cuts the performance short. And finishes with a little pause and saying, "See you next trip." When his, well, oh, I'm sorry, I just messed up. Dusty reminisces about simpler times with his drummer and best friend Earl. Without telling his manager Lula, he decides to take a walk, but does not say exactly where he is going or for how long. Dusty was waiting for his truck and he hitches a ride. After shaving his beard and cutting off his ponytail, Dusty heads for the small farm town where he grew up, visiting his wise old grandmother. Later that day, he visits a bar where he and Earl played prior to making it big. That evening, Dusty hangs around for some relaxation and discovers a gal named Harley Tucker dancing and smiling at him. But Al, Harley's drunk and rugged friend, get into an argument in the parking lot over Dusty, who neither have even seen or met. Dusty, while drunk, comes to assist Harley with Al, who won't stop bothering her. Al punches Dusty and he falls to the ground, but Harley brings him home, a reward for defending her honor. While Dusty is enjoying his new freedom, his concert in Shreveport was canceled. Meanwhile, Buddy Jackson, a member of Dusty's road crew, comes on stage disguised as Dusty himself and lip sync into a recording of Dusty. Covered by lights and smoke, the gimmick works. Meanwhile, Dusty stays on at the ranch, paying room and board and taking roping lessons, all the while earning the respect of Harley's father, Ernest. And he confides in Dusty that he is forced to slowly sell pieces of the ranch. Harley is determined to save the struggling spread with victory in a Los Angeles rodeo. Buddy confronts Lula after his performance and demands $100,000 in a recording contract, and lies to the media that Lula paid him to keep imitating Dusty. Lula, realizing she's in trouble, reaches out to Earl to find Dusty. She then follows him to Dusty's location, realizing he has feelings for Harley and will not leave. Lula tells Harley that Dusty is married to her, and you guess it, Harley dumps Dusty and Lula is waiting to scoop him up to return to his band and career. Now back with his band, he demands that his stage shows be toned down. Alright, now for the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Dusty confronts Buddy about the lie he told to the press. Dusty threatens to sue Buddy if he ever shows his face in country music again and leaves. Lula is grateful for his intervention, to which Dusty brings up Harley's name. His first appearance after his vacation is in Las Vegas at the same time as the rodeo Harley is competing in. Lula secretly arranges for Harley and her family to get tickets to Dusty's show. Once seated, she sends an attendant to get Harley, where she admits the truth to her. True to his wishes, he does the show without all the smoke and the lights, and sits on the edge of the stage playing guitar and singing a special love song he composed for Harley called I Cross My Heart, which was exceptionally big hit, but I'll get to that in a bit, which wins him and Harley's forgiveness, and the two hug at the end of the stage. End of story. So what did I think of Pure Country? Well, I have seen this film numerous times. I've got it on video cassette, and I must say that this film is well done and what have you. Anyway, while George Strait was a big star in the country music world, but the film kind of didn't do too well. It only managed to make $15 million at the box office against its $10 million budget. However, this did not stop the soundtrack from selling so well, as the soundtrack album would go on to be a big one, what have you, which was released just a month before the movie came out on MCA. As of course, the album had already had a big #1 hit with I Crossed My Heart, which was the first single, and Heartland followed. A few months later, it hit #1 the following year. It has lots of other songs in here. Sometimes you can hear these songs on classic country radio or classic or album country charts, or what the heck they're called. Yeah. Nevertheless, the album remains George's most successful album, going as it went on to sell 6 million copies, and once again make it George's most successful album to date. Now, aside from George Strait playing Wyatt Dusty Chandler, we have Leslie Ann Warren playing Lula Rogers, Dusty's manager. She's very good. Isabel Glasser plays Harley Tucker. Very good. Kyle Chandler plays Buddy Jackson. Yeah, I think he was a pretty good. Well, in a way, a bad guy and why have you, because he was trying to, well, you know. John Doe plays Earl Blackstock. That's his friend and drummer, who's really good. Roy Calhoun, in his final performance, plays Ernest. He's good. Molly McClure plays Grandma Ivy. That's Steve's grandma's name. And I do believe these are Holly's sons. I do believe, or whatever. James Terry McIlvain plays Tim, and Toby Metcalf plays J.W. And there's lots of others and what have you. So anyway, I really think this was just a real good experience. It does have some pretty fun moments, especially when Dusty goes up against Al, especially in the rain, and the next day meets her. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes when he does it Al later on, I really didn't mean to laugh at the way he squeezed it, what have you, but well, Al, of course, but I couldn't help it, so I do apologize for that. Still, I must admit, Pure Country again, a good movie. The score from Steve Dorff was good, and of course, Strait's soundtrack of songs were absolutely really good. So this was still a minor success, but not great though. But it still gave the soundtrack a big set of sales and what have you. Anyway, and years later, it would go on to have a couple of direct-to-video sequels: Pure Country 2, The Gift in 2010, and Pure Heart 7 years later in 2017. Now, let's see here. Christopher Kane actually directed the second one, but not the third one. It was and that third one was directed by Damon Santostefano, who I believe I know that name. Yeah. So anyway, with everything said, Pure Country is definitely good. But would I recommend this film? I would say hell yeah. If you are a George Strait fan, then this would be right up your alley. Or if you're just wanting some good country music, then again, this would be perfect for you to watch. And anyway, I think Pure Country is just good. And, well, you know the rest. So what are your thoughts on Pure Country? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Pardon me, everyone, but okay. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of the film Oh God with John Denver and George Burns. So thanks for watching, and if you like this, consider checking out some of these other films that, in a way, had some pretty good soundtracks and what have you. But, hang on. Take two. Okay, let's try this again. Again, thanks for watching, and if you like, just check out these country music rankings I did, songs. Well, no, maybe not just these guys. Or reviews. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of the Johnny Cash biopic "Walk the Line," along with a ranking of my favorite Johnny Cash songs. In the upper right-hand corner is my review of the Loretta Lynn biopic "Coal Miner's Daughter." Or if you would like something else, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my ranking of my favorite songs from another king of country, Garth Brooks. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya, partners.